Welcome to Grounds for Discussion
and Title Talk,
where we bring together closing, processing, real estate,
and coffee, of course.
Whether you're a buyer, seller, agent, or fellow industry professional, join us as we unpack the processes that make real estate deals happen.
Love it.
Hello, I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Barbie.
And today we have the incomparable, error catcher, knowledgeable, fantastic,
all the
kindest Traci
kindest.
Prater.
We are so excited. We are so excited that you've taken time out of your day to come and visit us because you are a wealth of knowledge, as she said,
Yes.
of all things real estate, you know, from the fishbowl aspect, but also title. Because tell us a little bit about Traci, where she came from, where she's at now.
The day I graduated from Parkview High School in 1988, the very next day I was at Hogan Land Title.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I was 18 when I started at Hogan, and I worked
goodness.
there almost 7 years. And I basically said, teach me everything.
You learned all the
I want to
things.
know. And probably my favorite part of that was drawing the tracks.
Really?
Yes. And I never desired to be a surveyor, but it turned out that I really took to that. And so 30 years later, I am reading title work, I am sketching the tracks out, and I am discovering typos and errors and acreage and things that you wouldn't normally just reading the legal description discover.
Yes.
And sadly, the assessor's maps can be incorrect at times. Surveys can be incorrect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's just a little something that I picked up at Hogan that I could do. And then after I learned the title side of things, well, you can't learn it in 7 years, but after I left Hogan, I went to Guarantee Bank, and they let me do loan processing and loan closings. And so there I learned the whole gamut of what you do before you show up, you know, your title, you know, all the pieces that go into it. And then when I showed up at Carol Jones in April of 1996 and interviewed with Twyla, I was able to say, everything your agents are expected to know, do, or facilitate, I've done it. I know the title side. I've processed loans and I've closed loans. So I think I'm going to be a great asset. And luckily she agreed. And I've been working for Twyla for 30 years.
If you've been around real estate for even a minute, you have heard of Traci Prater and the fishbowl. Right?
Yes, 100%.
Fishbowl
Yes.
at Murney is infamous for keeping your agents safe from, I mean, like you are protecting them from errors and things that can get them in big trouble.
100%.
I have heard from so many people how grateful they are for you and the fishbowl.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So how long have you been with Murney?
Since the day we opened our doors. So that would have been August of 97.
Awesome.
Our open house was September 1st of 1997.
Okay.
So I've been there since the very beginning.
Awesome.
So did you leave Carol Jones, or was there anything in between? You left Carol Jones to come to
Right.
Murney. Okay.
Yes. So it was Hogan, Guarantee Bank, Carol Jones, Murney, and here I am. And the fishbowl, everybody thinks, what in the world? Real estate fishbowl, I don't get it. But back in the day when we first opened, we had beautiful, like turquoise carpet. And where the fishbowl girls are, there's 4 cubicles. Each one of us have a door, but we are in a square section of the building, right in the center of the building, and 3 sides of that are glass. And so people would walk by, tap on the window, you know, the carpet's blue,
That makes
we're surrounded
sense.
by
That
glass.
makes perfect sense.
I didn't know the carpet was blue. I knew
was.
fishbowl was because you were in the center and it was glass, but I didn't realize the original carpet was blue.
It
so
is. Now it's tan and it makes no sense. But that's okay. We're okay.
So
Everybody
then one
knows
more
that.
question about you. So then did you meet your fabulous husband when you are a loan officer? Because
He is a loan officer.
He is a loan officer.
At Cadence Bank.
Yes, he is.
When we met, I was at Hogan and he was at Empire Bank.
Empire Bank. I have not heard that name in ages.
Now known as Central Bank.
Central Bank.
Yes, but we met there, and then he did. He's been a lender throughout. We've both been in real estate throughout, And so
Power couple, real
Yes,
estate lending.
yes.
what do you think we talk about on these long walks that we take every single night? Yes, it's real estate.
Let's back up and tell us what you brought us to drink today.
I brought vitamin water, lemon vitamin water. I've already had my orange my orange vitamin water from this morning.
Okay.
This is my mid-morning vitamin water. It is tart, ladies, and
Zero sugar.
It's zero
lemonade
sugar.
Squeezed.
Zero sugar, only one carb.
right.
Nice.
Reverse osmosis water. I'm trying to. Cancer took a lot from me. One of the things is Dr. Pepper, and I can't have it back.
Yeah, right.
So because I'm still fighting that cancer battle,
Yeah.
it does not want to leave me, and so I am drinking. I'm trying to find drinks that I can have that are truly sugar free, more to the natural side. I mean, I can drink a glass of water with a lemon squeeze in it, but for traveling, this is really great.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. And it makes me feel healthy. Oh,
Yeah.
look, see? All the vitamins, B3s, the antioxidants.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, well, we're going to try it.
Okay, see what you think.
We're going to cheers.
Woo!
We're going to cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank
Real
you.
estate.
Thank you.
Yay, real estate.
Title.
Woohoo.
Oh, that's lovely.
Right?
Super light. It's not
too tart.
It's not too tart?
too tart.
I
and
always
don't
wonder.
like sugary. Like when things are too sweet,
Yeah.
I will shy away from them. But that is delightful.
Yeah,
I love
and
that.
and for water, like because
Uh-huh.
we get bored of water, like it,
Yes.
it gets tiresome. But this is kind of a nice alternative that you don't
so
have to.
good.
It is really good. I really
I
like that.
expected it to be super sweet.
Right?
Yeah.
But it can't be.
Not
Or I expected to be more bland.
okay.
Because sometimes when you get waters with flavorings and
Yeah.
stuff, it gets a little bit
And
more
I
bland.
tend to lean towards the ones that are just a hint of flavor, but that is just enough. I love that.
And it comes in lots of flavors. Like I said, I have an orange one in the morning,
Love
and
it.
then my lemon at night, and throughout the day.
Very good. Very good.
So we have all the questions like usual. As I say. There's all kinds of things we can talk about. What I love
We might
about
do a part 2 and 3.
we really might, because there's all kinds of things. So let's start off with this one. So I have seen lately, because Traci is so knowledgeable and she knows what we can and cannot do on settlement statements. She knows the rules, the regulations, what can cost an agent their license, all the stuff, and what are no-nos.
Right.
So I've had lately, more so, is I've had lenders and agents say, the buyer is going to give money to the seller, or the seller is going to give money to the buyer on the settlement statement, or the agent is going to pay for an invoice on the settlement statement. And I'm like, just don't think we can do that.
No.
And what is our
please,
answer?
no.
You should call your broker.
Well,
or
you
Traci
should-
Prater, yeah.
And if it's a Murney agent, have you talked to Traci about this? So why do you think? Like why, tell us why first we can't do that.
Okay. When you cannot the seller cannot give money to a buyer at closing. Repairs, all these things that come up that people just want to, write a check and give it to them at closing.
To make it happen. Just to
Right.
make it happen.
Right. That's a very
get it.
popular
Yeah.
phrase.
Yes.
But you cannot do that. That is outside the real estate function. It's outside the contract. It's outside the settlement statement. Everything that is written in that contract needs to be reflected in the settlement statement. So when we're talking monies, we cannot go paying for and doing this and doing that outside of closing. There's only 3 ways that you can really get money to the buyer. The only thing you can do is you can drop the price. If you've got a $5,000 repair situation and, that priceless phrase, in lieu of repairs, I'll take $5,000. Well, the buyers believe that to be like a cashier's check given to them at closing. That will never happen.
Right.
Yes.
That will never happen. We are not doing that. We are going to either drop the price, or we are going to give seller concessions, of course.
AKA seller credit.
Right. And we used to call it a credit, an allowance, all those things. But really, seller concessions are the terms we use now. Or you can pay the invoice at closing. And because that's straight up, they're doing the work, they need to be paid. You wouldn't give that money to the buyer to pay them, you would pay them. You have the invoice, you have the bid. So we try to walk that line because there should not be any checks written at closing. And I know this industry has done it for a long time, and they shouldn't. But I think it's falling off because we have these 3 ways of doing things that are legal and right. And so I think that just getting the knowledge out there, it's not wrong.
Right.
It's not wrong because things have to be handled. But with the knowledge of everyone in the contract, we just have to be above board and say, this is what this is and this is why we're doing it. And there are rules. The lender has rules. The real estate company has rules. The closing companies have rules.
Yes.
And so we all need to fit in that scenario, and it is doable. How many loans have been closed? How many contracts have successfully closed with happy people? And there were no personal checks at the table.
Right.
Exactly.
It can still happen. It should still happen.
Exactly.
So that's not something that should still be happening.
Yes.
So
understandable. And I think it's because every once in a while we'll get like a lender was like, oh, telling the agent, well, we'll just do this. And then the unfortunate part is like, I'll get an email and saying, oh, this is what we're doing. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, I need you to talk to your broker. I need no. And so sometimes I feel like I might be the bad person saying no.
It's hard.
But again, I don't want that agent to lose their license.
Right.
I don't
protecting.
want our underwriters coming back and saying to my boss saying, what have you done?
No, we are grateful. We are so grateful because us 3 ladies, we have to be gatekeepers.
Yes.
That's part of our job. And it can, shall not pass. if you're Lord of the Rings, if you're into that, you shall not pass. You cannot, you have to move and live inside boundaries and rules. And you're just so much happier. You sleep so much better. Life is better. Food tastes better. Everything is better. The sky is sunnier. Everything's better when you operate within the rules.
Yes.
So when you see something that's impossible, I love that you're telling them, look, I got this information. I don't think it's right. Talk to your broker. That is exactly right. At every brokerage in this town and beyond, that is the goal. You guide the agents to their broker because their broker is definitely going to have an opinion on how things are done, because we are responsible for an accurate settlement statement.
Exactly.
And so as you are.
Yes.
But, in our realm, when we get audited, we have to have accurate settlement statements. And some of the agents realize that, some don't. And we are forever trying to educate that is part of their job. That is something that they need to be looking at. That is something they need to know. They don't have to know where every single number came from, like the aggregate adjustment.
Yes.
Now, I was doing loan processing and loan closing at that time, and it was impossible. You just saw people glaze over. They're like, what is that? Yes. And so that was so hard to explain. And then they split up the title fees. And then you're like, okay, these 2 fees are your premium. The risk rate, the service charge. I'm just saying, it's all together.
Yes.
And nobody cared. But
but
then the industry had to do that because somebody cared.
Exactly.
So
and
things
it's just,
always change.
Oh, yeah. And underwriters really determine a lot for us. And on the title side, they determine how it's going to read, how something's going to happen, because they're all abiding by rules and laws.
Right.
And it's not just rules, it's laws.
Law. That's what I was going to say a while ago. I'm like, it is rules, but it's also Missouri law.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah. Well, I have a fun question for you.
Okay.
So we love our real estate friends. Love them, right?
Yes.
You are the go-to person, you and brokers, but also how many agents do you interact with in total? Like, how many Murney agents are there? In total, and then we'll talk about how many are in office.
We probably still have over 500.
Wow.
That we hold their license. I do believe I would need to check on that. That may be inaccurate, but we've had as many. Right, we've had as many as 600
friends
at any. Yes. 500 people
giving you a call at any given time.
Yes.
And you are so gracious, and I know that you love them and care about them.
I do. They have supported me through my cancer journey. Oh my gosh. Their generosity and their love for me was just astounding, and still is.
Taking a moment of appreciation for how fabulous she looks.
Yes, 100%. Right? Everything that you've been through.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
My immune system finally got to a point, within my blood work where my husband and I could take off our masks. I know a lot of people have been staring at me over the top of my mask just because I didn't want to add any kind of infection to the cancer battle. And then so God's just brought me along, and the encouragement of my family there at Murney, and every agent. They're so gracious and so kind, and they're so loving, and I just appreciate them so much. And it's my dream job. It always has been. It always will be. I think it's part of why I'm getting through cancer is because I show up every day. And I mean, God wakes me up and I'm like, oh, I'm awake and I'm alive. I'm going to work. And so I show up, and everybody, and a lot of people say I was really down in the dumps, and then I came to work, and then I talked to you girls in the fishbowl, and now I'm all better. It's just an organic living. We're all in the trenches here together, and we just want to solve problems. We want to be a resource for you. We want you to go out there and shine. We want you to go out there and serve the public. We want you to just go out there and be all you can be, and I love being a part of that, and that's part of what fuels me and gets me to work every day. And my staff's been together for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
A little over. So, our fishbowl's a really good resource for our agents. We've been together a long time.
I love it whenever agents come in and they have their stack of corrections. And so they let me go and do my paperwork. And so I do my closing, and then I step out, and then they start, okay, so Traci has some corrections. They don't say I have corrections. They're like, Traci has Traci has some corrections. And I'm like, okay. Let me get mine done. You can get yours done, and we'll be all happy. And I love also that every once in a while I get a little get going, and I'm in a rush, and it gets crazy and busy. And then sometimes I miss signing my settlement statement, and Traci is so kind about it. And she's like, and she'll shoot me over a DocuSign, and as soon as I see Traci's email in my box, I'm like, immediately. I'm like, I got to answer her immediately. And you're so kind about it. She's like, oh my gosh, you're fabulous, you're awesome. And I appreciate that, because some days I don't feel fabulous, and I don't feel awesome, and I don't feel on top of it. And you really kind of encouraging, and it's so appreciative.
Well, we all need encourage,ment and I've got no problem giving it when it's true. Okay, girls, when it's true, I got no problem. So I love to encourage, and I love that not everybody's done this for a bajillion years. So I've got no problem taking somebody brand new and walking them through this or that. And probably the highest compliment I've ever received from an agent is, you don't make me feel stupid. And that is my goal, is because there are new people entering this career all the time. And we want them to succeed. And we want them to know that they are responsible for this.
Well, it ultimately makes your job, easier if they know their job, and not to say, you work cohesively.
hadn't thought about it
Yeah,
that way.
but what is the one bit of advice you would have for a new agent or an agent that's even been there for a little bit? It's like, what's your number one advice for them?
I would say ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot, don't ever bluff your way through an offer. Don't ever get in a conversation with another agent from another company thinking that you have to beat them or tell them or inform them or bow to them. You just, this whole thing is cooperation. It's all cooperation. It's all getting in there and going, you know what? We want these people to sell their house. We want these people to buy their house. And then they're going to go sell and they're going to go buy. And it's a function that we provide, and we can never lose light of the fact that these people are how many houses do you sell in a year? I mean, I've moved 3 times in my life, and I'm very good with that. So they come in here, they're doing it like a one-time. This was such a grueling, grueling process.
High emotion, high stress.
Everything is so stressful. Oh my goodness. But my number one thing is ask questions, because there is no stupid question. For real. Nobody's going to laugh at you. Nobody's going to say, geez, what was that all about? No, it's because, look, they just started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or if you've been doing it for 30 years and you've been told wrong this whole time.
Or the scenario is different every time. You potentially learn something every single time. After 20 years, you could still learn something.
Yeah, that is true. We get contracts written every day. I got a call this morning, and someone down the boot heel was making an offer on one of our listings, and they were asking for documents that we are not aware of. We do not provide, in this city, in this county. And we're like, oh. So you have to make a call and you have to look it up, and so I'm all about getting the answer.
Yes.
If I don't have the answer, I will turn heaven and earth to get the answer. It won't be like, oh yeah, I don't know about that. Well, have a good lunch.
Problem solver. You should have put problem solver.
She's definitely
that is my goal.
Yes.
Is to solve the problems and get everybody still moving forward, still in a good mood, still realizing that this can be a great process.
Yes.
It could be a good process. You can look back on it and go, I remember the day I, closed on my house and I went over to Hogan and I had these great snacks and they gave me donuts.
All the snacks.
All the snacks. All the things. But I think it's the professionalism and the friendships and cooperation.
Yeah, cooperation is a good word. I like that.
Yeah, that makes it worth doing. That's why we keep showing up, is because every day is, how good can this day be?
Yeah.
And
well, finally, I know I put a little bit of pressure on you earlier because I need to know a wild story or a funny story or a crazy story. And it could be title, it could be real estate. What is something that you were like, whoa, that has stuck with me?
Oh my goodness. There are so many things. I will not. That is craziness.
She's like,
no, that's crazy. No, we love Joe.
Yes.
Love him. Love
sure.
Twyla.
Yeah.
Love them both so much. I think it's crazy when an affidavit of heirship comes up on a title commitment and you have to hunt down all the brothers and the sisters and this mama died and the dad's already passed and they had 9 children and then maybe they got married and had some kids and then they divorced and
had some kids with somebody else. And
adopted one.
An adopted one.
Yes.
And
it might be.
It's so funny that you say that because we just had that and Jennifer's trying to explain it to me and my eyes are glazing over. And like, she's like, you want me to do it with you? I'm like, that would be great.
Yes.
Cooperation.
That's right. That's right. Come alongside.
Yes.
Somebody, if you know more than the average bear, find people that don't and come alongside.
Well, she's found one that doesn't.
You do. Affidavit of heirship is
crazy.
It's a whole ball game.
That opens a big can of worms.
It
And
does.
it doesn't seem to end, and it doesn't seem
Yeah.
to be easy.
And somebody doesn't like somebody,
Oh.
and somebody's not talking to somebody, and then they have to come and sign at a different time because somebody's mad at somebody,
Which we will do.
which we'll do.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you have to come at different times or whatever
Yes.
it may be, but
Well, we are so grateful for you. I know you're so busy, 500 agents, that are calling you at any given moment, and all the contracts that are coming through. So for you to take time to walk across the street and
Yes.
sit down with us and tell us all the things, we're super grateful for you.
oh,
Yes.
I have a great staff. You've worked with them for
Yes.
years,
Yes.
and
They're
so
pretty
I have
awesome.
the best support that I could
Yes.
ever have.
Yes.
And we all love our jobs. We love helping people, and that's the bottom line.
That is,
Yes.
that is ultimately.
You know, or we
yeah.
wouldn't be doing this job.
Correct.
Yes.
We would find another job. But no, because we love people, because we want to
Yeah.
serve, because we want everything to turn out correctly and maintain that spirit of cooperation and just a positive vibe that it's gonna be okay, and this is a great day in your life. You're selling, you're moving, you're buying.
Yes.
This is so exciting.
Yes.
We want to share that with them. We want to propel them forward into their futures that they have come to. It's actually come to fruition with the purchase of this property. They've moved in from out of town, whatever.
Yeah.
But girls, I just have such a great time working with both of you.
Aw.
I enjoy you so much.
Ditto.
It is
We love
just,
Yes.
We're thankful.
it is just a bonus, flowers and candy,
Agreed.
when I get to work with you guys on
you.
anything, because you're so knowledgeable and you're so good with people and with my agents, and
love them.
it's just.
And when they pop
It's so
in, I
nice.
just love it.
Yes.
I love when they pop in.
And even like the brand new agents, you're like, oh, to the little baby.
When Chris brings
Yes.
a brand new
Let it
agent
grow.
over, and I'm
That's
like,
right.
Yes.
That's right. Plant the seed. Come up, little bean sprout. Come
Grow.
with us. Yes, we
well,
want
thank
that.
you so much.
Thank
we'll
you.
let you get back to work, and
Okay.
we will see y'all next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.